What up, Dokkaners? So we received a new announcement on Global and JP Dokkan for the upcoming Halloween festivities. We have a brand new free-to-play combo what if unit. I'm not even a what if. Well, actually, I guess it is a what if, but not in the what if in the sense that these units have never seen each other before. They've been around, and I'm sure they've been in scenes together, but in terms of a battle, not like this. We've got Oolong and Launch, which Dokkan awakens into Oolong and Launch, but this is Pig Coup. And I know for a fact this is going to be the new nickname moving forward, Pig Coup, which we can't stop it. If you're against that name, which I kind of am, it kind of sounds stupid. It is what it is. By the way, this is the second functioning Oolong unit in the entire game. And the only reason why I know that is because I have the first functioning Oolong unit. So if we go to Earthlings, it's all the way down in the SR section. It is Tech Oolong. This unit is the only functioning Oolong in the entire game. Disambiguation, that's it. So people have been wanting an Oolong in the game. Now, this is obviously not going to be a game-breaking, monstrous unit, but I do think that this is going to be a relatively decent one because free-to-play players, you can attest to this if you've been around for a little while. When it comes to the free-to-play units in Dokkan, some of the better units generally come from the Halloween celebration. We've had some nice units in the history of the Halloween celebration, stemming all the way back to when I started, which was 2019. The first Halloween unit that I came across was Ghost Tanks. And back then, before the EZA, he was still pretty decent for what I was trying to do at the time. He was a great healing unit. He was able to stun. He was able to stack attack and defense fairly well. He recovered with candy. I think every free-to-play unit from Halloween does recover HP with candy, which kind of is unfortunate. It's a waste of space, I guess, when it comes to like the modern day events. But again, it's Halloween. This is their defining trait. This is like if a prime battle unit has static boosts, right? Like plus 8,888 attack. Who cares? It's just the defining trait of a prime battle character. So these free-to-play units are not only what ifs and creative and like very festive, but they are a lot of fun to obtain and run with. So hopefully you guys are able to have a good time for this Halloween celebration with this one. Let me know in the comments what sort of abilities or perhaps leader skill, overall like kits that you would want to see for this one. Since there is no Oolong precedent except for this, I mean, there's just unlimited possibilities for where you could take this unit. Is this unit going to be a complete coward? And is that going to translate in the Dokkan unit's build? Is it going to be a unit that has like maximum dodge? Oolong seems to survive every single crisis out there. So maybe Oolong has ridiculous dodge. Who knows? Maybe, Launch provides the attack and Oolong provides the defense. Maybe you've got like max attack and like max dodge or something. I don't know. Come up with your own theories for what sort of builds you could see for this one. We should be getting this probably around the same time as the Halloween festivities actually start, which would be on the 25th, 11:30 p.m. PDT, which is basically the 26th for most of you. I feel like once this banner comes out, all of the Halloween stuff will also drop because that will then hold us over for about a week until we get to pretty much this. This is like the final bit of the Turles Part 1, Part 2 celebration. So until this happens, we got to have all that other stuff going on. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I literally don't even know. Earthlings category lead key +3. It's not going to be the 77% leader skill because this unit's EZA will not happen until next year. So what they basically do is every single year, they give the previous year's Halloween unit the EZA, which actually leads me to the next announcement, which is the physical Deborah, the reformed Deborah, the angel Deborah. This unit is receiving the Extreme Z Awakening this year, as he was the one who released last year back in 2022. And actually, this unit was pretty decent. And I feel like it's a pretty safe thing to say, as we've been continuing, these free-to-play units from Halloween have actually been getting pretty decent. If we go back to 2021, Hotshot and Android 17 was one that very much surprised me when that EZA dropped last year. This unit is not bad. Take a look at this. For a free-to-play Halloween unit, just consider these sets of abilities. Attack and defense +125, additional attack and defense +80, chance to crit +25%, reduces damage received by 25% when HP is 80% or less, guards all attacks for 8 turns from the start of the turn, plus an additional attack and defense +80, launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack for 8 turns after receiving an attack. Oh, and recovers health with candy. Pretty good for a free-to-play unit, especially nowadays. We need guard, we need damage reduction, we need protection and coverage from events. Since this is an Android unit, this actually is a pretty viable option on some of the Android, like, the top tier Android teams. It's a pretty good unit. This is back in 2021, got the EZA last year. So with Deborah, getting this EZA this year, I wonder what this is going to look like. By the way, this unit was infamous for having an obscenely high medal count requirement to Dokkan Awaken. So if you did finish all of these missions last year, if you were around for that, and you completed all of these, then this year with this EZA coming up, you're going to want to farm out another free-to-play SA5 copy. I hope that they will give us new medals in terms, like in the form of missions for this. If they don't, you will have Otherworld Warriors to help boost the drop rate so you can actually go in and do it. Don't waste your Kais on this. And the reason why I say that is because whether you're saving for heroes or you're saving for other major units coming up, you're going to need your Kais for some other units later on down the road. Free-to-play Halloween characters are not the ones that you should be spending your Kais for. So, you know, quick little responsible Dokkaning announcement here. 104 medals. Ridiculous. Let me actually see what this unit does. I haven't used this unit since last year. What does this guy do? Let me see. Otherworld Warriors 50%, so this will obviously go up to 70 or 77. I would presume this will probably be raising attack and defense for one turn, cause supreme damage. This will be maybe greatly raising attack and defense, cause supreme damage, lowering attack. Okay, this is when Pycon's on the rotation, which is more than likely going to happen when you're running an Otherworld Warriors team. One of the worst categories in the game, by the way. But Pycon is the only one like really involved there. Attack and defense plus 104. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 10 per superclass ally on the team. So that's another 70%. Superclass allies, key plus 2, attack and defense plus 30. That's pretty good. Plus an additional defense plus 104 when the target enemy is in attack down, defense down status. Plus an additional attack plus 104 when the target enemy is in attack down, Huh? Plus an additional defense plus 104 when the target enemy is in attack down, defense down status. Plus an additional attack plus 104 when the target enemy is in attack down, defense down status. Why isn't this just listed in the same clause? Okay. Recovers 10% at the end of the turn, recovers with candy. So this EZA probably will boost up all of those stats. Maybe even the superclass support will go up, which is pretty cool. And then who knows? Maybe we get some damage reduction, maybe something else. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So just better to be ready and prepared than otherwise. That is the... No, that's not the final announcement. We have one more announcement, and that is burst mode. So burst mode, we just had one on global. In fact, if you guys haven't checked out my previous video, go check it out. The Turles burst mode event just came out, but we are getting, in fact, another burst mode event, this time for Majin Buu's Candy Mischief. So this is the Halloween event from back, I don't know, 2017? Yep, 2017 is when this event released, and this is the birthplace of the Candy Vegito free-to-play unit. If your name is not J Fanta, this has actually been a pretty fantastic dodging unit for you from a strictly free-to-play sense. This unit has an EZA, it's a permanent stacker, but this is going to be receiving the burst mode, which means just like the Turles Dokkan event, this unit is, or this event is going to receive a set of modifiers that can turn this mundane event into an Avengers level threat. We'll have to wait and see just how nasty it can become. But the major update coming out of this burst mode is the fact that starting from this burst mode, the treasure item Burst Coin Silver can be obtained by completing missions. Burst Coin Silver can be exchanged for skill orbs exclusive to certain categories. This is the big update that they are doing for burst mode, and I think it's a great move. I think it's a great idea because honestly, burst mode, when you really break it down to what its purpose is, it's a pretty inconsequential and forgettable event. Unless you are very hardcore and you care about completing missions, or you really care about listening to the in-game music, burst mode really just doesn't matter. And it's typically one of my lower performing videos because of that fact. When you score a certain score in burst mode, those points directly translate into coins, which you can then exchange for music. That music is only playable when your audio is on and you're playing your game with the music on. But you know, with how fast-paced the game is, it's a mobile game, you're probably doing something else, you're probably out and about, you're probably not going to be listening to the in-game music. Therefore, a lot of people don't necessarily care. This adds some intrigue and incentive back into the burst mode event, which I like, because I think burst mode actually is a pretty cool event. It allows any event to become difficult, right? One of the major complaints people have is, oh man, quest mode sucks, it's too easy. Or, oh man, this story event is too easy. Oh man, this Dokkan event is too easy. Burst mode changes that depending on how much you want to put yourself through. And now by completing missions, which it seems to be only missions, so there's only going to be a set amount of coins you're going to be getting from it. So assuming you complete every single mission for burst mode, you will get X amount of burst mode coins, silver, which you can then exchange for skill orbs. Now, when they say certain categories, I believe it probably just pertains to the categories that are involved in that burst mode event. So for example, the Turles event that we just got has Giant Ape Power and Turtle School. So if this update were to have dropped with the Turles burst mode, then we would probably be getting skill orbs for Giant Ape Power and Turtle School. But that is, of course, not the case because this burst mode dropped before this. So for those of you who might be curious, are we getting this for Turles? No, not happening. Just for this one. And for this upcoming event, it seems Heavenly Events and Majin Power are the two categories. So if I were to bet, I would say that probably the skill orbs that we're going to be getting are going to be for these two, which ironically enough are probably some of the more forgettable categories for some of you. Heavenly Events just really gets no traction these days. Majin Power really needs a 200% lead, really. So I'm sure, you know, people are amassing their powerful Majin Buu characters just waiting for a really, really good 200% leader skill. So this one will probably be good. But yeah, that's what we're getting. You can use the treasure item burst coin. So the regular one can be used to exchange for these 3 tracks. Buu Super second theme, don't know what that sounds like. Map number 7, don't know what that sounds like. Theme for Bobity's finished effect Majin Buu Resurrected. I think I remember what that sounds like, but I've never used these. I never use my burst coins. I actually think I still have most of them. Let me pull up my game. I think I spent like once just because I wanted to feel something. So if we go here, you have to go to your friend. Yeah, so you have to go to your profile, and then you click on this little thing down here, and this is where you can spend your. Yeah, I've got 46,000 burst coins. I have no reason to buy these. I'm kind of just waiting for a point where they open up like a shop where you can buy other items aside from music. I really just have no use for this. Plus, recently there was a major issue in, well, not issue, I guess it kind of is. You spent your coins and you never got it back. People bought some of the copyrighted music from the Dragon Ball opening medley, and then when the celebration ended, they took the songs away and you never got your coins back. You spent your coins for nothing, essentially. So yeah, I mean, it's for reasons like this that I just don't really feel the need to spend. I'm never listening to the music in game. I'm usually playing some other song while I'm making videos or I'm talking to you guys. You know, it really just doesn't matter to me. So I'm just hoping that we will actually see something more for the regular burst coins. But until then, burst mode coin silver will bring more traction back to the event, which I think is important. So in the next day and a half, look out for more info for the Halloween celebration. When we do get it, I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, be excited. This is actually a fun time for Dokkan players. Free-to-play units that are creative, what ifs. We'll have to wait and see what the launch in Oolong does, but I have good expectations for this one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Halloween celebrations that typically go on during Dokkan. Do you guys enjoy these little festive, free-to-play what-if characters? Do you like the overall Halloween celebration experience, aside from the banners? And what are your thoughts on this new burst mode coin update? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is a bad idea? Will you personally find yourself more invested in burst mode because of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.